Alright, taking a look at the Commodore Plus 4. This has been sitting on a shelf a while. Now, first thing you're probably noticing, this thing's upside down in the box. Well, if you want your stuff to last a lot longer, if you've got these old single board 8-bit machines, store them upside down. And if you don't know the reason, go look at my old video where I made about storing these things upside down and why you would want to do that to preserve them for a longer period of time. So yeah, here's what we're looking at today. On this side, this is where we're going to be hooking up the RF modulator connection. Channel select for that. And this is what we're looking at for the back. Power, serial, cassette, and you'll notice the joystick ports are not like the ones on the Commodore 64 or the Atari. They're not the DB9. These are DIN connectors. And you got your video out if you want to do it that way. On this side is the much loved reset button. It's a shame they never put that on the 64 coming out of the box. Alright, let's get it hooked up. So for the joystick, I'm going to be using this one. This was a joystick made for this computer and the Commodore 16 and the 116. And I'm going to be using this right here for my cassettes. It looks just like a black version of the real, well-known C2N unit for the Commodore 64, except instead of having that edge connector, it's got a DIN connector. So yeah, let's get that hooked up. Alright, I've got that hooked up now, and I've just got to find a cassette here in the house somewhere to give it a good test. I just got this off eBay, and I've actually never plugged it in before, so this will be the first time using it. To get something going right away, I think I'm going to use my BackBit cartridge. It's a, if you hadn't seen those, it's a multi-cartridge. It works in about, at the time of this video, about 26 different vintage machines. Commodores, Ataris, Tandy, Coleco, whatever you got, it'll work in it. So I'm going to use that for testing, and we'll try and locate some cassettes and cartridges for the Plus 4 here shortly. All right, let's give it a power on. That's a good sign there. And let me tilt the camera upwards. We're getting a good screen here. And just so you are aware, like I mentioned a while ago, I'm using an RF modulator connection. So it's basically one of these with this on either end. It looks like an RCA type connector, but it's not a composite. It's RF modulator output. These are typically the worst of the connections you'll want to use, but you'll notice this is not actually that bad. What I was able to do is I got a modern day version of this. This is what came in the box, but if I use this, it'll be quite terrible. And what I've used in place of it is what I just bought off eBay, and I actually made a video on that as well if you want to go back and look at it, but it's a smaller version. So let me get behind the television and show you what that looks like. So what you're looking at here is the RF modulator output cable going into that tiny adapter, which replaces that old box. Much better results, as you could see on the screen a moment ago. Yeah, so if you're going to go that route, it actually works pretty good. And it's just a few dollars to get those. I got this one off eBay. So I'll be using a BackBit cartridge initially to give this machine a good test. And it looks like that. Now to get this thing works in 27 different machines as of this recording, but to get them from one machine to another, you just need the adapter that goes on the end. So I'm going to pull out the Commodore Plus 4 and C16 adapter, get that installed on the cartridge, and give it a whirl. Another thing I want to mention, you're looking at the stock power supply. Normally I wouldn't use these. It's better to get one power supply if you got multiple machines like a 64, 128, and a Plus 4. You can get the adapters that go on the end to make one modern day power supply work on all of those systems. I'm actually using this one. I've tested it ahead of time and it works great. The voltage is just like it ought to be, even as old as it is, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. Alright, let's try a game of Shark Attack. Pretty simple game. I'm going to be using this joystick here. So you got to hit that shark right where that plus is, right in the middle. If you hit him anywhere else, it doesn't do anything to him. And if you look at the top, my air is running out. So it's funny that the shark is on the surface and I'm under the water deeper, but you'll run out of air because you can't go up. Once you kill the shark, you can go back up, and your remaining amount of air gets calculated into your score. So the quicker you dispatch that shark, the better. Now those eels, they're bulletproof. You can't hurt them. Got him. And then you swim back up. Calculate your remaining air. On to the next level. You can't shoot the yellow sailfish or whatever that is. It's just there to get you. And you can't go up or down either. You can only go left or right. So and he disappears immediately once the shark is gone. Got a squid in there or something. Oh, I thought I hit him right on it. Come on, shark. Ooh, he's kind of coming out at random. He almost came out right on top of me. Finally, I was almost out of air. Oh, he's going up a different side. This time he's going up the left side. Ooh. Oh, he got me. You just never know where that thing's coming out. He just... I'm guessing that's a jellyfish. Hard to tell in 8 bits if that's a jellyfish or not. Alright, well that's Shark Attack. You get the idea. And this is running on a BackBit cartridge. Alright, I'm going to play the Commodore Plus 4 game Blitz 16. Alright, simple enough. I'm going to be using the joystick to fire. Oh, I think you want to hit the largest building possible to get the most points. That's a tall one. Yeah, see the score going up on the left there, top left? Oh, I missed, hit a little one. I need to try an area where they're all considerably larger. That way if I miss one, I hit at least a slightly larger building. Oh, we didn't go all the way down. Yeah, I guess if you hit certain ones, it doesn't clear them all the way to the ground. And you're running out of time. The plane's going down a little bit each time it cycles across the screen there. So yeah, you definitely want to hit the larger buildings first if you can do it. Oh, I didn't even hit a building at all. Here we go. Did it again. Oh, I'm about to hit this building. Okay. Trying to hit these tall ones before I crash into them. Well, that was a dud. Okay, got that one. I've got to get this one. Whew. One more cycle, I would have hit it. Yeah, this is just about over. I don't think I can. Oh, and I'm going to hit that one next time I come around. Yep, here it goes. Crash. Well, 239. Blitz 16 on the Commodore Plus 4. Well, this has been a quick look at the Commodore Plus 4 using a BackBit cartridge. It is the cartridge that seems to work on most of the old vintage 8-bit systems. Quite worth it. I can't recommend it highly enough. And just as a disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video. If you're looking to get one of these, backbit.io, that's their website. And you can look up all the information, what systems they support on there. Until next time.